Hello everyone, Dr. Alan Mandell here. Welcome back to my channel, Science of Healing. Most people believe aging is the reason we die. But what if I told you that aging itself is not the real killer? The truth is, habits silently destroy the body long before genetics or time ever do. Studies from the World Health Organization show that over 70% of premature deaths are caused by lifestyle choices, not destiny, and after age 60, the body becomes far more sensitive to these habits. Most people look at aging like it's an unstoppable clock ticking steadily toward death, but the truth is far more shocking. It's not age itself that kills. The real assassins are hidden in plain sight. The habits we take for granted, the foods we eat without thinking, the hours we spend sitting, the stress we ignore, and the loneliness we accept as normal. According to the World Health Organization, over 70% of premature deaths are caused by lifestyle factors, and yet most people over 60 still live as if nothing matters, quietly shortening their own lifespan with choices they believe are harmless. You might think genetics will save you, or that destiny decides, but science tells a different story. The body is resilient, endlessly capable of repair, even at 60, 70, or 80 years old. Every cell, every tissue, every organ responds to the signals we give it. When we poison it with sugar, fried foods, and inactivity, it responds with chronic inflammation, weakened immunity, and accelerated aging. When we feed it wholesome nutrition, movement, and purpose, it repairs, regenerates, and thrives. Consider chronic inflammation, often called the silent killer. It lurks in the bloodstream, unseen, unfeeling, yet it is linked directly to heart disease, diabetes, Alzheimer's, and cancer. Harvard researchers have found that adults with high inflammation markers in their blood are twice as likely to die prematurely compared to those with low markers. And what fuels this inflammation? Refined sugar, processed meats, fried snacks, and ultra-processed foods, the very staples of modern diets. One sugary soda can trigger a spike in inflammatory molecules for hours. One lunch of fast food sets the stage for oxidative stress and vascular damage. Yet people continue these habits unaware they are undermining the very clockwork of life inside them. The truth is even more terrifying when we consider inactivity. Sedentary behavior is now being called the new smoking. Studies show that sitting for more than 8 hours a day can increase the risk of early death by up to 50%. After 60, every hour spent seated weakens muscles, reduces circulation, and accelerates heart disease. The body was designed to move, to walk, to stretch, to bear weight. Yet millions live as if sitting is harmless. And while the world obsesses over anti-aging creams and supplements, the simplest intervention, walking 15 minutes after every meal, can drastically lower blood sugar, improve cardiovascular health, and extend life expectancy. The irony is cruel. The habits that feel safe, sedentary, and ordinary are often the ones that kill quietly, invisibly, relentlessly. Sleep, too, is a battlefield most of us ignore. The average adult over 60 suffers from poor sleep quality, insomnia, or disrupted cycles, yet few recognize the deadly consequences. Scientific studies reveal that sleeping less than 6 hours a night increases the risk of heart attack, stroke, diabetes, and even dementia. The brain, starved of restorative sleep, begins to accumulate toxic proteins that destroy neurons. Cortisol, the stress hormone, rises, forcing the heart and vessels into constant overdrive. Our ancestors did not have artificial light, caffeine-laden beverages, or endless screens, and their bodies were allowed to rest fully. We have inherited their physiology but abandoned their wisdom, and every lost hour of sleep chips away at our longevity. High blood sugar is another silent assassin. Even people without diabetes can suffer from what scientists call prediabetes or insulin resistance. These conditions gradually damage nerves, kidneys, eyes, and blood vessels. Research shows that even modestly elevated blood sugar levels increase the risk of premature death dramatically. Every time we indulge in refined carbs, pastries, or sweetened drinks, we flood our system with glucose that the body struggles to regulate. Over time, this tiny repeated insult accumulates into chronic disease. It is one of the cruelest forms of slow violence. The damage is invisible, often symptomless, and deadly precise. Perhaps the most overlooked factor of all is social isolation. Loneliness is not just painful, it is lethal. The science is unequivocal. Adults over 60 who are socially isolated have a mortality risk equivalent to smoking 15 cigarettes a day. Loneliness raises cortisol, impairs immunity, accelerates cognitive decline, and even increases the risk of heart disease. Humans are wired for connection, conversation, and purpose. When we deprive ourselves of these, we deprive ourselves of the very signals that maintain life. Loneliness is the invisible toxin that most people never think to avoid, yet it stealthily accelerates aging in ways food, exercise, and sleep cannot fully repair. The most profound truth is this: it is never too late. Even at 60, 70, or 80, the body can heal, rejuvenate, and transform. Studies on centenarians, people who live past 100, reveal that they are not genetically invincible. They have simply avoided the deadly habits that most take for granted. They eat natural anti-inflammatory foods. They move daily. They sleep deeply. They keep their minds sharp and their social networks strong. And they understand, perhaps instinctively, that longevity is less about how long you live and more about how wisely you live. The choices you make today echo through every cell of your body. Every sugary treat, every hour of inactivity, every missed sleep, every moment of isolation leaves a mark. And yet every positive choice, eating a wholesome meal, taking a walk, drinking green tea, talking with a friend, also leaves a mark, one that repairs, strengthens, and extends life. The body is constantly making decisions at the microscopic level, every second of every day, about whether to repair, regenerate, or break down. Your lifestyle is the steering wheel, and your habits are the commands. It's time to confront the harsh reality. Most people die before 80, not because of fate, but because of decisions. The cruel irony is that we blame aging, genetics, or bad luck, when in reality, our habits write the story of our lifespan. The good news? This story is not fixed. You have the pen in your hands. One small change triggers a cascade of repair. One healthy meal, one short walk, 1 hour of restorative sleep, one conversation, one act of self-care. Each begins to shift your biology toward life instead of death. You can choose today to stop being a victim of habits that shorten life. You can choose anti-inflammatory foods over sugar. You can choose movement over sitting. You can choose sleep over screen time. You can choose connection over isolation. And in doing so, you reclaim not just years, but vitality, clarity, and purpose. Longevity is not a gift given randomly. It is a prize earned daily, one conscious, science-backed decision at a time. What if the damage you've done to your body for decades is not permanent? What if the aches, the fatigue, the high blood pressure, the creeping memory loss, and the slow decline you assumed was just aging could actually be reversed? Science is revealing something extraordinary. The human body is not a fragile machine that breaks down forever. It is a living, adaptive system that constantly rebuilds itself. And with the right foods and daily habits, you can turn back biological damage at any age. Consider this shocking fact. Nearly every cell in your body is replaced over time. Your gut lining renews itself every few days. Your skin replaces itself every month. Even your liver can regenerate from significant injury. This means your body is constantly waiting for better instructions. And those instructions come from what you eat, how you move, and how you live. Let's start with food, because food is not just fuel. Food is information. When you eat anti-inflammatory foods, your body receives a message to heal. When you eat ultra-processed junk, it receives a message to inflame, store fat, and accelerate aging. Research from the journal Nature Medicine shows that diets rich in whole foods can reduce biological age markers in just weeks. Imagine that. Your biological age, not just your calendar age, can be reversed through diet alone. Take omega-3 fatty acids found in fatty fish like salmon and sardines. These fats reduce inflammation, protect the heart, and preserve brain cells. Studies show people who consume omega-3s regularly have lower risk of heart disease, stroke, and cognitive decline. Olive oil, a staple of the Mediterranean diet, has been shown to reduce all-cause mortality. One long-term study found that people who consumed more olive oil had significantly lower rates of cardiovascular disease and cancer. This is not speculation. This is decades of clinical data. Then there are berries, packed with antioxidants that protect DNA from damage. DNA damage is one of the key drivers of aging and cancer. Blueberries, strawberries, and raspberries have been shown to improve memory and slow cognitive aging. A Harvard study found that older adults who ate berries regularly experienced delayed brain aging by up to 2.5 years. That's not a small effect. That's a measurable reversal of cognitive decline. Now consider turmeric, one of the most powerful natural anti-inflammatory compounds on Earth. Curcumin, the active ingredient, has been studied for its ability to reduce inflammation, protect the brain, and even slow cancer growth in experimental models. When combined with black pepper, its absorption increases dramatically. This ancient spice is now one of the most researched natural compounds in modern medicine. But food alone is not enough. Daily routines act like a master switch for your biology. Movement is one of the most powerful anti-aging interventions known to science. When you exercise, your body releases molecules called myokines, which reduce inflammation, improve insulin sensitivity, and even protect the brain. A simple daily walk can lower blood pressure, improve mood, and reduce the risk of early death. Studies show that even 10 to 15 minutes of walking after meals can significantly lower blood sugar spikes. Over time, this can prevent diabetes, heart disease, and nerve damage. Muscle is another key to longevity. After age 60, muscle mass declines rapidly unless you use it. This loss of muscle is strongly linked to falls, disability, and early death. Protein-rich foods like eggs, yogurt, beans, and nuts provide the building blocks for muscle repair. Research shows that older adults who consume adequate protein maintain strength, mobility, and independence far longer than those who don't. Strength is not just about lifting weights, it is about staying alive. Sleep is another biological reset button. During deep sleep, the brain clears toxic waste products, including beta amyloid, a protein linked to Alzheimer's disease. Chronic sleep deprivation has been associated with memory loss, immune suppression, obesity, and cardiovascular disease. Foods like almonds, bananas, chamomile tea, and tart cherries contain compounds that promote relaxation and improve sleep quality. Tart cherry juice, for example, has been shown to increase melatonin levels and improve sleep duration in older adults. Sleep is not a luxury, it is a biological necessity for longevity. Blood sugar control is another cornerstone of reversing damage. High blood sugar damages blood vessels, nerves, kidneys, and eyes. Fiber-rich foods like oats, vegetables, and legumes slow the absorption of glucose, preventing dangerous spikes. Cinnamon has been shown in multiple studies to improve insulin sensitivity. Apple cider vinegar can reduce post-meal blood sugar levels. These are simple, accessible tools that can dramatically change metabolic health. And then there is the brain. The brain is not fixed. It is plastic, constantly forming new connections. Foods like walnuts, green tea, dark chocolate, and blueberries contain compounds that protect neurons and enhance cognitive function. Green tea contains catechins that reduce inflammation and improve brain function. Walnuts provide healthy fats that support neuronal membranes. Dark chocolate, when consumed in moderation, improves blood flow to the brain. These are not indulgences, they are neurological investments. But perhaps the most powerful routine of all is social and mental engagement. Talking, learning, laughing, and connecting stimulate the brain in ways no pill can replicate. Studies show that people who stay socially active and mentally challenged have lower rates of dementia and depression. Loneliness, on the other hand, is linked to increased mortality, immune dysfunction, and cognitive decline. The brain thrives on connection. The heart thrives on purpose. Here is the astonishing truth. Even after decades of damage, your body can repair itself. Studies on lifestyle interventions show improvements in blood pressure, cholesterol, blood sugar, and inflammation within weeks to months. Telomeres, the protective caps on your DNA that shorten with age, have been shown to stabilize or even lengthen with healthy lifestyle changes. This means you are not doomed by your past. Your future is determined by your next meal, your next walk, your next night of sleep, your next conversation. Every bite of whole food sends healing signals through your body. Every step you take strengthens your heart. Every hour of sleep cleans your brain. Every conversation nourishes your mind. This is not motivational talk. This is biology. This is chemistry. This is how your cells respond to your lifestyle. Most people believe they need expensive supplements, advanced technology, or secret anti-aging formulas, but the most powerful tools are already in your kitchen, on your plate, and in your daily routine. Nature has provided a blueprint for longevity. Modern science is simply confirming what traditional cultures practiced for centuries. You are not too old to change. You are not too damaged to heal. You are not too late. The moment you choose anti-inflammatory foods, movement, restorative sleep, balanced blood sugar, and meaningful connection, your body begins to reverse the clock at a cellular level. Longevity is not magic. It is a daily practice, and every day you practice, you are literally extending your life one scientifically proven habit at a time. Most people believe that after 60, 70, or 80, the story of their body is already written. They think it's too late to change, too late to heal, too late to feel strong, alert, and alive. But science tells a dramatically different story. Your body is not a broken machine. It is a dynamic, self-repairing system. Every cell in your body, from your skin to your liver, from your heart to your brain, has the remarkable ability to regenerate if given the right signals. And those signals are not some secret pill or miracle technology. They are the foods you eat, the movement you embrace, the sleep you allow yourself, the social connections you cultivate, and the choices you make each and every day. Consider this. Even in people in their 70s, studies show that adopting simple lifestyle changes can reverse biological markers of aging. Telomeres, the protective caps at the ends of your DNA that shorten with age and stress, have been shown to stabilize and even lengthen with the right diet, exercise, and stress reduction. This is not theory. It is documented in clinical research from Harvard and other leading institutions. Imagine that. Your DNA, the very blueprint of life, responding positively to your conscious choices, even decades after you thought it was too late. Take the heart, for example. Cardiologists have long believed that heart disease in older adults is inevitable, yet research proves the opposite. Individuals over 60 who adopt a plant-rich diet, reduce processed foods, exercise regularly, and manage stress can reverse arterial plaque buildup, lower cholesterol, and dramatically reduce the risk of heart attack and stroke. The heart, a tireless organ that has pumped trillions of times in your life, can heal itself if given the right environment. One study even showed that older adults with severe heart disease experienced measurable improvements in artery function within months of lifestyle intervention. The message is clear. It is never too late to save your heart. Muscle, too, is not lost forever. After 60, we naturally lose muscle mass, but this is not an irreversible death sentence. Studies show that even adults in their 70s and 80s can build strength and improve mobility with regular resistance training and adequate protein intake. Every new rep, every walk, every stretch sends a signal to your muscles to grow, to repair, to protect your bones, and to maintain independence. A 60-year-old who begins weight-bearing exercises today can have stronger legs, a steadier gait, and a dramatically reduced risk of falls compared to someone who has been sedentary their whole life. This is not a small change. It is literal life insurance for your body. Brain health is equally astonishing. The idea that memory inevitably declines with age is a myth. Neuroplasticity, the brain's ability to form new connections, does not vanish with time. Older adults who challenge their minds, learn new skills, and consume brain-protective foods such as walnuts, blueberries, dark chocolate, and green tea experience measurable improvements in memory, focus, and mental clarity. Studies have shown that elderly participants who engaged in mental exercises and consumed nutrient-rich diets had significant improvements in cognitive scores in as little as 12 weeks. Your brain is not a declining asset. It is a living network capable of rewiring, repairing, and thriving even in later decades. Sleep, too, is reversible. Chronic poor sleep, common in older adults, accelerates aging, weakens immunity, and contributes to dementia. Yet improvements in sleep hygiene, along with restorative foods like almonds, tart cherries, and chamomile, can restore deep sleep cycles and improve overall health. Clinical trials show that improving sleep quality in older adults reduces inflammation, boosts memory consolidation, and strengthens immune function. This is the body's natural repair system waiting for you to hit reset. Perhaps the most shocking truth is the speed at which the body responds. Changes can occur in weeks, not years. Blood pressure drops, blood sugar stabilizes, inflammation decreases, strength increases, and mental clarity returns. You are not starting from zero. You are starting from decades of experience, wisdom, and the latent resilience built into your very cells. Each day you choose better habits, your biology rewards you with tangible improvements. But it is not just physical. Emotional and social vitality can be revived at any age. Social isolation, depression, and loneliness are silent killers. Yet older adults who reconnect with friends, participate in group activities, or even volunteer experience improved mood, reduced stress, and lower mortality risk. The body and mind are inextricably linked, and emotional engagement accelerates physical repair just as much as diet or exercise. Science shows that socially connected individuals live longer, healthier, and happier lives, regardless of their chronological age. Even chronic diseases can be mitigated or reversed. Type 2 diabetes, once thought permanent, can be dramatically improved through diet, exercise, and lifestyle intervention, even in people over 60. Hypertension, arthritis, and metabolic syndrome all respond positively to consistent, targeted changes. The human body is not helpless. It is constantly evaluating its environment and recalibrating itself. Every positive choice is a signal to repair, rebuild, and thrive. This is the ultimate message. It is never too late to reclaim your health. Decades of neglect, poor habits, or stress are not permanent sentences. The body is a living system that responds to input, and you control that input. Anti-inflammatory foods, regular movement, restorative sleep, balanced blood sugar, and meaningful social engagement are not optional. They are the tools for turning back the clock. You do not need to be perfect. You need to be consistent. Every small change compounds into dramatic results. Visualize your body as a garden. Even if it has been overgrown with weeds and neglect, the soil is still fertile. The seeds you plant today, nutritious foods, movement, rest, connection, will grow into strength, vitality, and longevity. The weeds of inflammation, inactivity, and neglect can recede, replaced by life, energy, and resilience. Every decision you make today determines the harvest your body will reap tomorrow. The science is irrefutable. The biology is undeniable. The evidence is overwhelming. Your body can heal, repair, and thrive even after decades of damage. The clock is not your enemy. Time does not have to be a sentence. Every choice, every meal, every walk, every hour of sleep, every conversation, every act of self-care is a declaration to your cells that life is not over. It is beginning anew. So do not surrender to age. Do not accept decline as inevitable. Every cell in your body is waiting for the signal to repair, rebuild, and regenerate. And that signal is your conscious decision to act today. You are never too old, never too late, never too far gone. The moment you choose to eat, move, sleep, and connect with purpose, your body responds with repair, resilience, and renewal. Age is not the enemy. Inaction is. And today, you have the power to change everything.